Our first topic of the day is, are Hitbox controllers and controllers like them, are they the future for fighting games? We've had so many controllers coming out now and in that style, in that format. I think there was a new Smash controller. Evan, what was that Smash controller called?
You talking about the Smash Box?
No, I don't think it was the Smash Box. It was like the Smash 1G controller. We reported on it on TVFGC.
You talking about the Frame 1 controller?
Yes, the Frame 1 controller. That you have that controller that's coming out now. The cross-up box is coming out and all these other things. So it's seeming like, that's the wave. A lot of people still play pad. There's people like Luffy. I know he was still one who continued to play the PS1 pad all the way. I think he's even still playing it now. So how are you guys feeling about that? Do you think controllers like the Hitbox are the future, that they'll be the way that gaming mostly leans, or do you still think like the regular pad or just the regular arcade stick will be how we continue going with gaming? So give you guys input on this and I'll be quiet. Go ahead, Devin.
All right, so I think the controllers such as the Hitbox I think they are kind of going to what the future holds for peripherals when it comes to fighting games. Me personally, however, though, I would like to see more experimentation with like actual pad controllers. This is something I had a thought for a while, is having a controller instead of a D-pad, because one of the issues with D-pad is I know for Xbox I think the older Xbox until like 360 controllers, the D-pad is like one full button. So even though you have different directions, 8 directions, sometimes you press forward and you get down. And that's a lot of the problems with the input, execution errors. So if you had like a pad, like let's say something similar to like a mouse pad, like something that glides across this surface, so there's no like room for you pressing a button and it getting something else. Your thumb is literally just doing the movement. I think something like that would be pretty cool. When I actually saw a video about this, a guy did some type of prototype for shooting games, and it was like a controller mouse pad type thing, and it looked really cool. Like, so the thumbstick you control like to aim, it was like a miniature mouse, like an optical mouse, and it had a pad on the right side. So I think something like that is what I would like to see them like try to implement when it comes to like pads and stuff. But I do think things like the Hitbox, the Smash Box. I saw the Smash Box and I was like, this is a lot of buttons. My only thing was like, how you gonna micromanage all these buttons? I never tried one. I haven't tried a Hitbox yet. I definitely would like to, because I feel like me being a pad player, I will say that sometimes execution errors is kind of really ruin the match for you, and sometimes it's just like little arbitrary stuff, like trying to do certain inputs. And I've heard from people that use a Hitbox that it's so much more convenient, so much more efficient once you learn how to use it properly. So I do think controllers in that sense that take away the room for execution errors are the future for fighting games. That's what people want. Like, you want things that allow you to do what you need to do when you need to do them without those extra mistakes. So I do feel like the Hitbox is in the right direction for like the future of fighting game peripherals.
So yeah, like I would say that definitely Hitbox is the present and future, because I think it was last year. I think it had to have been no, it was late 2018 when I got a Hitbox, and the reason I think I got a Hitbox, I think, was because was it 2018? No, it was 2000. Had to have been 2019, I guess. Yeah, it has been early 2000. Yeah, it was mid. Yeah, I got it in June 2019 because at Texas Showdown, I was playing with the pad. I was still playing with PS4 controller, and like Devin was saying, you hit the forward and you get a down input. That is exactly what was happening to me when I was playing on pad. So the issue is that every once in a while, I played Miguel, and in order to do some of Miguel's combos, you had to go into Savage Stance in the middle of your combo. So in order to go into Savage Stance, you hold the forward button after some of his moves. So I would hold the forward button, but I would get a phantom down input. So what would happen is I would he was supposed to be going to the savage stance and he would just stand there. He'd just, stay in neutral stance. So then I'm supposed to be hitting like the 1-1 input to like, tailspin somebody. And all I do is get 2 jabs. And I'm sitting there trying to do this in front of my buddy Josh, and he's teaching me to do the combo. And he's like, "Okay, so what exactly is happening here?" I'm doing the combo. I'm doing the input. I don't understand what's going on. So I went into training mode and I realized I'm getting a phantom down input. So that was the moment I realized I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not going to play on pad. There's got to be something better than this. So after I think it was after DreamHack, like very soon after DreamHack, I got a Hitbox, and I was playing Hitbox for. I mean, at first it was really, really not great because it was completely different control scheme, very extremely different from what I was used to. I'm used to just using my thumbs. I got to use like basically almost my whole hand to play this time. Because I didn't play on stick or anything like that. I've never really played on stick. I just played pad. So yeah, I was playing Hitbox, and then the more I got used to it, the more I realized that I'm like, okay, this is more exact. Like I didn't do moves on accident very often. You know what I mean? Like there's sometimes where if I do a move on accident, it's not because the directional thing was doing this or there was some weird thing going on. It's like if I got the wrong move, it's because I did the wrong move. If I get the right move, it's because I did the right move. Like, I know the results speak for themselves when I'm using a hitbox. So I mean, I would say that yeah, definitely hitbox controllers are the future. They might not be like the final destination, but they're definitely on that like route to getting to where we need to be as far as like being more efficient, getting cleaner inputs and stuff like that. I would recommend everybody try playing hitbox because it's definitely changed the way that I play games and stuff like that. I feel a lot more confident in like some of my inputs because I'm like, okay, I know how to do these moves. I know how to do them. I've known how to do them. I just wasn't always able to do them, and it wasn't always like I know this might sound weird, but it wasn't always my fault that the moves weren't working. In this case, if it didn't work, it was my fault, and if it does work, then good on me. I'm getting better at the game. So when I do a move and I'm not necessarily getting it right, I know okay, I need to be pressing this button at this time and this button at that time instead of just being like, oh man, I'm pressing the button, I don't understand when it's actually like, a malfunction in the equipment. I mean, sometimes you'll find a malfunction in the equipment, but it's not like you'll know. You'll know most of the time. It's like this is not right. This is like there's something going on here. But like I had to actually go into practice mode to figure out what was wrong with the pad. And in Hitbox, I don't think I've had any real malfunctions in the equipment that I haven't brought up on myself. When I tried to change out the buttons, and that was a fiasco because the buttons just didn't fit right. And I got my buddy Dax. Shout out to Dax for helping me fix that problem with my hitbox. But yeah, man, I think hitboxes are great. I think everybody should at least try hitbox, and I hope they become more mainstream because apparently some people don't approve. But all progress is initially, kind of, shied away from at the beginning. So